Hello and welcome to 6.1 Lab 5. This lab is a touch different than the others in that the code's already done. We're just going to work with JS Hint a little bit now that we've gotten our code to be a little more complex, just to show you some of the value and some of the messages that you're going to get in JS Hint and what they mean. So open up 6.1 Lab 5 and paste that into the JS Hint page. All you got to do is copy the whole thing and paste it all into this area right here. You can highlight all that code and paste it. And then once you paste that, you're going to fix all the issues we find. There's only a couple of them. And then we can copy and paste that improved code, sorry, misspelling there, back into, let me refresh my screen because I think I fixed that. There. Improved code back into the 6.1 Lab 5 JS file. And then we need to make sure it runs like that. Smallest 89 and largest is 989. So all this code does is it simply goes through and it grabs the smallest out of this array, grabs the smallest and grabs the largest and puts it out on the screen. But what I want you to focus on here is on this right hand side. First of all, it talks about metrics and what your code is made out of. You can click configure to set up certain parameters to what it warns about and what it doesn't. I'm just using the one out of the box. And as you hover over, notice as I hover over, it actually highlights code on the left hand side of the screen. So it tells me about information. So this first one, line 55, bad line break before equals sign. I need to take that and bring it up there like that. And see, now my warning's gone. Then 91, missing semicolon. Let me scroll up here. Missing semicolon, so we'll put that one in there. And then 92, missing semicolon, so we'll put that in there. And then we have one undefined variable, numbers array and numbers array. And then you may see on line 51, I've defined it, but notice I have number array instead of numbers array. So once I put that in, we're okay. Now, these three unused variables I need to pay special attention to. Now, sum and average. If I scroll down, it's line 21. So on my program here, I have variable sum equals 0. I'm not using that variable, so I can get rid of that one. And then the average one, I can get rid of that one as well. I'm not using it. This one here, though, is a special case. Remember, functions are fancy variables, so it's saying that I'm not using function lab61_5, and the reason why it's saying that is I'm not calling lab61_5 from anywhere in here. I'm calling it from my HTML file, which isn't in here, so it's saying I'm not using it. That's kind of a false positive. I am using it. I'm using it in the HTML file. So once we get to this stage, our code is good to go, so we can just copy it and then paste it back into here. And let's rerun our code and make sure it works. And it works. So that JS Hint is a service that allows you to make sure that your code is clean and neat and you don't have any issues in it. Think of it kind of like a style cop for JavaScript, for those of you who are familiar with style cop in Visual Studio. There's also in IDEs that have it built in, like I'm using brackets, and I have mine built in here. So it tells me JS Hint issues right in here. So just wanted to show that to you. Make use of that JS Hint. It could help you maybe find some issues. It's another tool in your belt as far as getting things set up the way you need to set them up for your programming. If you have any questions, let me know, and happy coding.